What's up, YouTube? Zachary Michaels here. I'm an actor, and this is An Actor Reacts. Today is Christmas, and what better way to celebrate than reacting to Merry Christmas from the Queen of Christmas, Mariah Carey. Let's get into it. Before we get started, if you're new to my channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up, and leave a comment below. Merry Christmas is the first Christmas album and overall fourth studio album by Mariah Carey, released on October 28, 1994. The album features cover versions of popular Christmas songs and original material written by Mariah and Walter Afanasieff, who both produced the album, along with Loris Holland. 3 official singles were released from the project: All I Want for Christmas Is You, Miss You Most at Christmas Time, and Joy to the World. All I Want for Christmas Is You, the album's lead single and one of the 3 original tracks, went on to become Mariah's biggest international success, topping the charts in countries including Australia, Canada, France, and Germany. In 2019, it topped the Billboard Hot 100 for the first time, 25 years after its original release. It became Mariah's 19th #1 hit and broke several records, including the longest trip to #1. The following year, it also topped the charts in the United Kingdom for the first time, becoming Mariah's first #1 on the UK singles chart in 20 years. With estimated sales of over 16 million copies, it's a best-selling Christmas single by a female artist and one of the best-selling singles of all time, as well as a best-selling holiday ringtone. Merry Christmas peaked at #3 on the Billboard 200, #1 on the top holiday albums chart, and has been certified 8-time platinum, with pure sales of over 5.7 million copies in the US. Worldwide, the album has sold over 15 million copies and is one of the best-selling Christmas albums of all time. Okay, Merry Christmas, y'all. I really don't have much to say. I'm just excited to get into this one. So let's listen. Love even just her hums. Better add that flavor to it. Yes, that organ. Yes. Mariah, I feel like some of my favorite moments from her when she's backed by a choir. There's just something so special about like the power of like a gospel choir with Mariah's vocals floating over top. I just love it. Love Silent Night, classic song. I like this more gospel rendition of it, like the church organ back there, the choir, the run. Like it felt real. Like I felt like I was in church a little bit, you know. And I'm definitely more used to the more like classical, traditional version of Silent Night. So this was like a nice little departure. I'm sure Mariah is not the only person to sing it like this, but I really like this version of it. But yeah, great way to start off this album. So let's go on to All I Want for Christmas Is You. Classic. Don't want a lot for Christmas. Let me pay attention to this. There is just one thing I need. I just want you for my own, more than you could ever know. I like the old vintage style look of the video. Iconic intro. Christmas, there is just one thing I need, and I just want you for my own, more than you could ever know. Make my wish come true, baby. All I want for Christmas is you. I will make a list and send it to the North Pole for Saint Nick. She's so cute. Hear those magic reindeer click. So brightly everywhere. Laughter fills the air. Santa, won't you bring me the one I really need? Won't you please bring my baby to me? Amazing, iconic, monumental, legendary, just masterpiece. This song is just such an amazing Christmas song. Like, Mariah Carey is set off of this one song alone. Like, if somehow in 1,000 years or something people forget Mariah Carey, which I doubt will happen, but if it did somehow happen, this song would still live on. Like, it's just what, 25, 26 years now this song has been out, and it's like gone number one the past 2 years. It's such a great Christmas song. It just really puts you in that Christmas spirit, and you gotta just dance around. Love that iconic intro. Love the like doo-wop feel of the track. Mariah's going off with the vocals. It's such a great Christmas song, and it's perfect because, like I said, it puts you in that Christmas spirit, and that's what Christmas music is supposed to do. And it does have that like throwback vibe. Like, I've heard her say that people thought it was like a cover of like a 50s song because it managed to capture that 50s kind of nostalgia, but still feel like current and fun as well. Just a really amazing song. I remember I heard this song for the first time when I was in high school. So this was like 2011, 2012, and I thought it was like a brand new Christmas song. And I had no idea that it had come out in like early 90s. And I was like, oh, this is great. Like, she made a new Christmas song. This is so new. Remember, too, that I like thought that Emancipation of Mimi was her first album. So, you know, I was uncultured. But ever since I heard it for the first time in high school, I haven't stopped hearing it since. And I'm sure it's going to keep being played for forever. It's just such an amazing track. I could talk about this song for days. It's just too good. Like I said, Mariah is set off of this one song alone. Like, this I'm rambling now, so let's move on to the next track. Mariah in the church. It's gonna be special, I already know. Mr. Organ player going off too. feel like she's changing this one up a bit too. She is beautiful, man. Love how light that was. Go off, choir. Love how she flows through the intensities of her voice. Yes, Mr. Organ. You better Mariah it up. Yes, ma'am. Is that Randy? Yeah, I think that's... Oh, no. Maybe that's not Randy. Oh, no. I think it is Randy. I loved everything about that. Again, the way she churched it up just really made it her own. I loved it. And like adding her Mariah-isms, like the beginning was a little more traditional, and then she went into like full Mariah mode with the runs and the melismas and the like she did her thing. And another like traditional Christmas song that she somehow still managed to make it feel like a Mariah song. Really, really good rendition of it. And shout out to as well the choir. They did that thing. I love the little end, the clap step. I imagine that crowd, like they're so lucky being in there. Like I'm sure that was a moment. Love the band as well. Mr. Organ player was killing it throughout. I'm pretty sure that was Randy in there playing but the entire band did their thing. Loved the choir. Loved Mariah's lead vocals. Oh, and she looked so good. Like she looked beautiful, like angelic in this performance or this video. Really, really beautiful. Amazing vocals too. Love this rendition of Oh Holy Night. So let's go on to the next track. Oh, I know this one. Christmas. See, this is the kind of feeling she captured with All I Want for Christmas Is You. That like 50s doo-wop vibe. Not like Christmas at all. Deck the halls. I like this track. I know this song, not Mariah's version, but I know of this song. But it's not one that I really think of that much. But it's a real good tune. Like I love the '50s doo-wop feel, same as like All I Want for Christmas Is You. Love how just like funky and groovy it is. Like that sax solo, I think it was like chef's kiss. Just a real funky groove. Great Christmas track. I think that's all I got on it. A good song, and I love Mariah's rendition of it. I feel like she changed up the melody a bit because I was trying to sing along at parts, but she was singing it a little differently. So shout out to again making it your own. But yeah, let's go on to Miss You Most at Christmas Time. Oh, this looks like some of the same footage as All I Want for Christmas Is You. This is definitely All I Want for Christmas Is You's sister. I love the instrumental, that whatever that is, I love it. Makes me think of like R. Kelly. No, 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 no. Okay, this track is definitely All I Want for Christmas Is You's like sad, depressed sister. Like they both ain't got no man, but you know, All I Want for Christmas Is You is like, you know what, I'm gonna make the best of this situation. And Miss You Most at Christmas Time is like, no, I'm sad. I need my man. I love him. I just need someone to hold right now. So really similar lyrically. So I'm gonna assume that this one is also an original track, because again the same sentiment. And I liked in both of these videos, like they use that same kind of found footage type, like old vintage look. I think it works really well. And then I do like this song. I love this instrumental, that like doom to doom that was going throughout. Maybe that was a piano, but I love that sound. I thought it really added a certain like element of sadness to it, like even more so. And I just liked how it sounded. Vocals on it, of course, Mariah. Really good one. You know, sometimes Christmas is sad for people, so this one's a little more sad, but I did like the song. But yeah, I think that's all I got on this one, so let's go on to the next track. She looks so 90s with that thing. Once the choir kicked in, they changed it up a little bit. Oh, okay. Hey, I was not expecting this like Vogue type beat under Joy to the World. Again, I love how she's changing up these Christmas classics. Lover down there. Hey, hey. Deep blue sea, joy to you and me. I used to sing that. We used to sing that version in choir. These, she's got a great energy in this performance. Very lively. That good organ at the end. Okay, she going to church. The growl's coming out. She better perform. Let me fix myself up. Yes, ma'am. Okay, she was feeling herself in that performance. I love that. Like I said, like she had such a great energy in it. Like she was full of life in that one. And then when she really took it to church, she got in like the spirit was within her. The growls came out, the run in came. Like she did that. Her, the choir, the organ player, the band. Like that was claps to you. That was a great performance. I loved how like I've heard a more churchy version of "Joy to the World," and I knew like the in the deep blue sea, joy to you and me. So I knew I've heard that before, but I loved how she added like kind of that voguing beat into it. It was like gospel mixed with like pop dance music, and I really thought that was interesting. Liked it. Again, she really was the highlight of that performance though. Like her energy was so infectious, and I love that like side ponytail thing. That's like that's not even 90s, that's like 80s, but I liked it on her there. It was fun. They all went off in that performance, the choir, the band, Mariah, and the energy and the vocals and the runs and the Melissa, like every word was like, she definitely was in her bag that day. But yeah, joy to the world. She did that. So let's go on to track 7. Jesus born on this day.
Today a child is born on earth.
Oh, I like having the children's choir. Oh, I love the Because she said the kids ain't ready for that part. Hey, I like that. Love the trumpet too. Or the, maybe not a trumpet, what is that thing called? Jesus Born on This Day, a little more of a traditional Christmas song. I don't think I've heard that one before either, but I liked it. I really love the addition of like the children's choir in there and them kind of like mimicking what Mariah was singing, as well as later on when the adult choir came in, especially that part when it was like Mariah, the children's choir, and the adult choir kind of doing the, I forget what it's called, but the thing where it was like the rounds and they were kind of singing the same thing in different parts. So that part was really good for me. I also really like the instrumental of this. Like one, like I said, it was that very like traditional sound. It had that like Catholic church feel, but I really love the like strings and stuff that were in there. I feel like there was like they were playing a bass at some parts that really came out. I feel like there was maybe like a harp in there or something too. Just very angelic. I also really love the horns. But yeah, really good record. Again, Mariah killed it with the vocals. It's just I really, really loving this album. But yeah, let's go on to Santa Claus is Coming to Town. That's supposed to be Mariah. This feels very inspired by the Jackson 5 version. Oh, this is that movie. Yeah. I haven't seen that version in so long. The beat is different though. I can't quite put my finger on it. You better not cry. Hey, so you better watch out. The beat is so interesting. Why he didn't give you your man like you asked for? The thing actually kind of does look like Mariah. Okay, it feels like a lullaby. Okay. This is a different Santa Claus is coming to town. Oh wait, no, it's about to pick up, yeah. Better not pout, tell you why. This feels kind of like a juke joint. Like, I feel like I'm in Color Purple right now. Santa Claus is Coming to Town. I, of course, know that song. That's like a classic Christmas record. And I'm glad I reacted to both that animated video and this album version of this song because they were two different things. And I was just like, let me check and make sure they're not the same thing. And they were two very different. I think I prefer the album version. But I like the animated video version too. That was a little more of the Jackson 5, and that beat was so interesting on that. But I really like the beat on this one, and the vocals with the choir back there. But the beat on this was very like juke joint. Like it felt like I was in the Color Purple, almost like a Color Purple rendition of Santa Claus is Coming to Town. So I really like that. Like the piano was going off at the end. Really good both. But I think I prefer the album version with the choir and the juke joint vibe. Oh, and I really like that beginning too, which kind of felt like a lullaby, kind of like, going to sleep before the last day of Christmas, going to sleep the night before Christmas, and then waking up to Santa Claus. So really like the vibe of this track. I don't know what I'm saying, but I like it. Let's go into the next one. Excelsis Let me stop. In Bethlehem, in excelsis makes me think of Home Alone. Another track a little more traditional, both the song itself and the delivery, but they sounded beautiful, like angelic, and it made me think of Home Alone. I don't know if this is the song that they were singing like in that church scene in the first Home Alone, but I know it gave me that feeling. Really, really beautiful. The choir and Mariah's vocals. And it's still, even though it's a more traditional, I feel like she still was changing up the melody a little bit to, make it her own. Because I was trying to sing along. I was trying real hard, but like the way I was remembering it was not the way that she was singing it. So I think even though it's like it's still presented traditionally, she had to, still tweak a few things to make it her own. And it came out beautifully. Again, her and the choir all killed it, like beautiful angelic delivery. So let's go on to track 10, the last track of the album, Jesus, Oh, What a Wonderful Child. Okay. Jesus. Jesus. Hey.
Virgin Mary was his mother, and Joseph was
Jesus. Yes. Mm. Woo! Jesus, oh, what a wonderful child. The perfect way to end this album, especially that ending, the really taking it to the gospel church, like Jesus, like praising him to the highest power. Love that. That's how this Christmas album is ending off, because Christmas, it's about Jesus. That's where the holiday comes from. So I love that she ended it like that, and this whole track just being real gospel, real gritty, real soulful, amazing. And I don't think I've heard this song before either, but I really liked it, especially this rendition of it, and just again how much soul and gospel and true love for Jesus that it had. Like, you feel that passion. Great track. Love the choir. Love Mariah. Love the organ. Love the entire band. Really, again, a great way to end this album. So let's get into my final thoughts, and I'll tell you my top 3 tracks and what I rate this album. Merry Christmas. I feel like I really don't have that much to say about this album other than, like, I loved it. Mariah was really in her bag. Like, the Christmas spirit just like flows out of her. Christmas is her, she truly is the queen of Christmas. I loved how, one, this album is mostly covers, like 7 out of the 10 songs are covers, but they just feel so Mariah. Like, she is an expert at taking songs and really just making them feel like a Mariah Carey song and making them feel new and fresh, especially with Christmas songs. These songs I've heard, most of them, like 1,000 times, and it was so fun and exciting to hear them in different ways, like putting a dance beat under Joy to the World, or just adding the gospel flair to the more traditional records, and or like making Santa Claus is Coming to Town feel like a song that was playing in a juke joint or something. She's just so creative and innovative, from like the vocals to the arrangements and the instrumentation and the backgrounds. Like, all of it is just so new and fun and exciting. She just really takes these classics and flips them on their heads, and I love it. But then we can't forget, like, the originals. Like, Mariah knows how to write a song and make it feel timeless, like, immediately. Like, at this point, All I Want for Christmas Is You is like 25 years old, but it feels like it could have been around much longer. It's just so iconic, and it's gonna again last forever. Like, just so good. What else? Oh, the vocals. Now, I said this on Music Box as well, but like, you expect good vocals from Mariah, and just as on Music Box, her voice is really soaring on this, but even more so. Like, I feel like with that, the passion that Christmas adds to her voice, it just ramps her vocals up even more, and you feel that passion and that grittiness and that real soul. And I love when Mariah gets into the soul and the growls and the grit. That's when I love her voice, and that's majority of this album. Just this album, what it really succeeds at, which all Christmas projects should aim for, is putting you in the Christmas spirit. And this album does that. Super cohesive, and it's like the up tempo and the sad and the ballad and the traditional, and it all just comes together for a perfect Christmas album that just gets you ready to go and gets you ready to celebrate. Again, she just really is the queen of Christmas. I think that's all I got on this album for like my final thoughts. She got this. So let's get into my favorite tracks. First up, my honorable mention, All I Want for Christmas Is You. Now, this song is way more than an honorable mention, way more than a top three. Like I said, this song is going to live on forever. Like, it is truly a holiday staple. So I didn't think it was fair to include it in my top three. So I wanted to give shine to some other records. But honestly, this track is probably above them all. But let's get into my top three for this video. Coming in at number three, I got Joy to the World. Again, I just love how unexpected that like dance beat was, because who would have thought to do that? And it worked so well. Also really love that performance. She was just so lively, and you see the joy coming off of her, and the way she was running around in the stage, and just the choir backing her up. I love the gospel flair mixed with the dance track, and then that ending when she was really getting into it. It's just amazing song, and love that performance and how much joy she brings me to see how much joy Christmas brings her. My number two, Oh Holy Night. This was so beautiful and angelic, and this was a good mix of like, she added some gospel flair in there, but she had that traditional flavor too. So it was a nice coming together of those two kind of sounds, and just the vocals so beautiful and serene, and the way that she so effortlessly was transitioning between all those different vocal registers. It was like chef's kiss. So beautiful and angelic, and she looks so beautiful in that music video. It's just so good. But now getting to my number one, I got Jesus, Oh What a Wonderful Child. Now, a lot of songs on this album had, some gospel tinge, some gospel flavor. She had the choir behind her on a lot of records, but this song wasn't just gospel inspired, didn't just have gospel flavor. It was a straight out gospel song, and I loved every second of it. Like, this for real, the soul, the grit, the passion, the growls, the everything about this, the choir backing her up, just the spirit, the feeling of this track. It got me so into it, and I love Mariah with those gospel soul roots, because her voice really shines in that area for me. It shines in a lot of areas, but especially when she's really feeling it, and I feel her passion for Jesus, her passion for Christmas, her passion for the Lord. It's just such a great record. And then I especially love that end when she really takes it to church, like going off. It had my like thing bouncing and everything. Just Mariah was in her bag on that song and on this whole album, really. Quick recap of my top three. Number three, Joy to the World. Number two, Oh Holy Night. And number one, Jesus, Oh What a Wonderful Child. Though really there was no bad song on this project. She shined on everyone and really brought the Christmas spirit on every track. So that brings me into my rating. Easy 10 out of 10. Maybe the easiest 10 out of 10 I've given all year. Like, Mariah, for the 80th time in this video, she truly is the queen of Christmas, and that is shown so much on this album. Like, she's really in her zone. Honestly, maybe like the best, like most cohesive and most showing of her ability, like album that I've reacted to from Mariah. So I've done her first three albums, this one, and then the rarities. I think honestly this might be her best project from start to finish. Like, there was no bad thoughts, no songs where I was like, that was just okay. Like, everything was tip top shape. Like, she comes into her full powers when Christmas is around. But yeah, I think that's all I got on Merry Christmas. Mariah, the queen of Christmas, did her thing. Honestly, truly. Yeah, leave a comment below. Let me know your thoughts on this album. Let me know what your favorite tracks are, what you rate it. Don't forget to like this video, share it with your friends and family, and subscribe to my channel for more content like this. Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas, y'all. Happy New Year. Thanks for stopping by. See y'all next time.